Hey, Allison Alhamed here with Modern Salon, and we are at America's Beauty Show in Chicago, and we're doing some cool demos at our booth right now. We just hooked up with Nanci Lee, who is an educator for Great Lengths Extensions, and she's got some pretty cool techniques she's going to teach us today about how to use hair extensions as an alternative to hair color, creating chemical-free highlights and all sorts of cool creative effects, but also how you can use Great Lengths Extensions to help grow out a fringe without that awkward in-between stage. So I'm going to flip it around to Nanci.
Hey on Periscope, how you doing?
Alright, so as you look down here, we've got like a combination of some dark brunette and these purple pieces. What's happening?
So what she has is our Great Lengths apps. I think most people know from Great Lengths we do our strand by strand application. Usually it's very traditional for us. And we just fairly newly have come out with our apps, which is our tape-in method. In a minute I'm going to show them to you right up here. And so we went ahead and put them in her hair and trimmed her, but I wanted to show you this mini application because I think this is something that happens a lot with people, and it's a major problem solver for your clients in the salon. So what happened is I just had a discussion with Nicole here, and she has a professional pair of hair cutting shears, which is a good and bad thing. On one hand, it's good because I would prefer if she's going to cut her own bangs that she has good shears to do it, not kitchen shears. But obviously, she's been cutting her own bangs. So,
okay, so this is a client who cuts her own bangs.
Yes.
Don't love it, but...
And she's hit that point where it's like here and it's driving her nuts, right? And what's she gonna do? She's either gonna cut them off or go crazy or get a crazy bobby pin or something, right? Yeah. So I'm going to help her with our Great Lengths apps actually create a longer looking fringe and also help her feel like her hair's growing out.
Okay, well, let's check it out.
Right. Now, one of the problems we always have with people is they tend to cut their bangs a little too chunky. And she's allowed me, even though she's wanting to grow out her bangs, we are going to be slightly texturizing her bangs as well. Now, Alejandro over at our Great Lengths station put these in, and up here in the front, up here in the front, you can actually put these apps in little tiny small pieces. I don't know if you can see this. See how fine that is and easy that is? And they're really nice. So it's like they hide in the fringe area really, really well. And it adds a lot of hair. I've got actually 2 layers here.
Okay.
So what we're going to be doing is underneath I have already lightly texturized her ends and tried to get them to kind of go over, because that's our idea now, is that we're going to have a brush over bang.
Okay.
So we're creating the links so her hair can kind of brush over.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top layer of her hair and lightly texturize the ends just a little bit. I think I'm going to do it just slightly with the razor, just a little bit first, just so this is going to blend in with our extensions. And then I'm going to take, yes. I'm going to take this whole entire section. Now, of course, we want to start where her bangs end. We don't want to cut into her bangs anymore because we're trying to actually give her length. And I'm going to take my razor. You can use any kind of soft cutting tool and technique, which is fine. I like using a razor. The Great Lengths work great with a razor.
So
and I'm going to give her...
This is going to completely help camouflage that awkward grow-out stage of a fringe.
Yes, it's going to give her a longer fringe so she can brush it over now instead of it look like a weird grown out
thing that sits on your face.
Right. Well, let's hope so. Let's see what I can do.
For all of our hairdresser friends out there, this is a great thing you can offer your clients that do have a fringe. But like so often, people don't want to go for a trend like this because they're afraid of the grow-out stage. This helps your clients experience a fringe, but you give them the opportunity to not go through that awkward level of growing out.
Exactly.
And this is an add-on service.
Yes, it is.
It's chemical-free color.
Yes.
You're adding in a little pop of something.
Yes. And any color you want. Exactly. And you can help solve problems all at the same time.
So you can create a haircut.
It's a miracle.
Correct a haircut.
That's exactly right.
Chemical-free highlights.
You could come and teach our classes.
Well, I am certified Great Lengths Extension.
Oh, there we go.
I took the 3-day academy in New York with Alejandro.
Oh, you did?
And I learned
wonderful.
all about the cold fusion application rates. So
as you can see, pretty cool. Isn't it cool? That's already looking nicer, and it looks like her bangs are a little longer, right?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so then I'm going to go up and just do the next layer, and we're just going to keep working on it. You kind of have to take it, a little bit at a time. so that you do a really nice job and she doesn't end up with any chunkiness.
So how do you charge for this?
What we recommend at Great Lengths is that per app you double the price.
Okay.
So whatever you pay for per attachment, you're going to double the price.
Okay.
At least. You could always charge more, but that's what we think. That's a good fair amount. And with the apps, they go in so quickly and fast. I mean, it took him maybe 10 minutes to put these 4 in.
Okay, so let's talk about what's going on with your hair color.
Yes,
So these
I
are
have
strand
all
by
kinds of
strand?
hair. Yes, I have the strand by strand. I have the cold fusion method. I don't know if you want to get up here in my hair,
Yeah, I
but
do.
mine are done with the flat bonds.
So you can see
You
where.
can see they're flat and they're little pieces.
Yes.
Now, the advantage of the strand by strand, the good thing is that they last 3 to 5 months, and they're a little bit more durable, but they're more expensive. So if your client is a little bit not such a nice budget, or not such a good budget, you can do the apps, which are much less expensive, and that you need to reapply them about every 4 to 6 weeks.
So-
And you can reuse these up to 3 times.
How many? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
How many
it's very cool.
shades, colors do these apps come in?
This comes in all of our shades, including our ombre colors. So that's
Okay.
wonderful, all of them. And I think we have around 60 colors. So
So I think the key takeaway here is it's not just about creating volume or length, but it's being creative with adding hair where it even just zonally. So if somebody
Yes.
has thinning or damage from breakage, they can use extensions to fill it in, and even if it's not like a bold color, they can match the existing color
and
to
just
kind of
add some
fill it
extra
in.
thing. Right.
Yeah.
There's so many women I think out there, people in general, but women that have thin sides. And you could add literally just 2 apps on each side and make a huge difference for them. Because sometimes adding just 5 hairs makes this, they feel like they've gotten a whole head of hair. Especially on the sides, because it's run here around your face. That's what
Right.
everybody cares about.
Yeah, and with the trend toward high fashion colors like this, if it's not created with extensions, you have to lift the hair so high that it creates that porosity
Yes.
issue, damage issue, breakage issue, and you get that chemical haircut that sometimes just looks terrible. You need extensions to help the growth.
Right.
Okay, so let's keep continuing.
Okay, let's keep going with the haircut. I'm just doing the same thing again. I'm finding my guide up here. I'm going to take my razor.
We are in
Go
Chicago at
in.
America's Beauty Show. So somebody's asking about the ponytail extension. That's kind of a fun piece too.
Oh, the ponytail extension. Well, we don't carry that at Great Lakes, but you can make a ponytail out
Yeah.
of our extensions. But we do carry them at Hair You Wear,
Yeah.
and they're beautiful. They have these really big full ponytails, and they have a wraparound, and then you
So
can do
fun.
like updos and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
they're really, really amazing.
So you go through all 10 like that. Okay. We teach you this.
Okay, so same thing. I'm going to go back and just kind of shape it as I go. See if I need to cut any more.
It already has completely changed the appearance of what. Do you guys have any questions right now for Nanci? I love that. It just looks so elegant.
It just looks kind of a little. Yeah, it gives her a little sexier look, and it makes her. I think somebody should be real happy. She'll be like, "Oh my God, my bangs are longer." Now, this is the tricky part. She does have kind of this big chunk, and as we can see, she got a little scissor happy up here. So this is where I told her I'm going to be shaping her bangs just a little bit. Yes, I'm just going to be shaping her bangs just a little bit to blend that in. So we want to be really careful when we get to this part.
So Anne Louise is asking how long you can use them. You said they can be reused 3 times.
They can be reused up to 3 times. Yes.
Do you have to be certified to do the tape-ins?
You just have to be a hairdresser and have approval in your salon to carry them. But yes, we have a certification that's actually online. It's
Okay.
about a 30 or 40 minute online video. Tape-ins are fairly easy to put in, but ours are just slightly different. And we also like to teach you how to help the client take care of their hair.
Yes.
And also how to do it properly.
Thank you. All right, so then the next question we've got coming in is, what temperature is appropriate for the flat iron for use on extensions?
Just what you would use. I always say if it's smoking, it's too hot.
Okay.
So everybody's hair texture is different. So I don't know if there's an exact temperature. I think it depends on how the room is, the client's hair. You just always want to be really careful. I always say it just needs to be hot enough to make it smooth,
Okay.
but not so hot that you're smoking. I always recommend that everybody start out in the middle of your iron, like wherever the middle
And go up
place
from
is.
there.
Right, and if you feel like it's not smoothing it, then you can just go up a notch.
Okay.
Until you hit just that right point. But over flat ironing and is very definitely a problem.
So then we have a question coming in about the high fashion shades. Do they fade with shampoo? Over time, do the colors fade?
Really, it definitely not as much as colored hair does. They can. I live out in California, so we, everything's in the sun. We've got like tons of chlorine in our water, which is terrible. So they fade a little bit. The pastels, of course, fade a little bit more than others. But I can honestly say, I keep my extensions in. I use pastels a lot. I keep mine in for about 3 months.
Okay.
And when I'm done, I still see some pastel in my hair when I've worn pastels. So I would say just as little as possible.
Okay. All right. So anything else we need to know about this specific look?
I don't know. I just think it looks really nice.
It looks really good. It looks really natural.
And you see how we're going to get blending, and now she has like a little ombre bang.
Yeah.
She went from a chopped oops I did it myself bang to a pretty brush over bang with some cool long sleek looking bangs. So.
All right. So where do people go for more information? What's the website? Where are you on social media?
My name is Nanci Lee Hair, Nancie Hair, and I'm a Great Lakes educator, a national Great Lakes educator. And you can go to www.greatlinks.com and look up all the information about Great Lakes. And we have a blog, we have Instagram, we have pretty much everything on social media that you can do.
You're doing really amazing work. This is insane. I just went through the girl phase myself, and camouflage that. So everybody see it right here, Great Lakes. Check it out, and make sure to stay in touch with Miss Nanci Lee.
Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate
the creative opportunities that extensions can do for your business and for your own clientele. So thank you so much.
Exactly.